Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and welcome to Global Business Insight, the podcast where we break down the strategies, structures and cultural dynamics that shape today's multinational corporation. And I'm Haziq, your moderator, and today we are diving deep into a fascinating comparison between two tech giants. We have Samsung from Asia and Nokia from Europe. So, to uncover how they tackle the challenges of international business. Now, joining me today, we have three experts. First, we have Nabil, our economic and strategy analyst, to unpack the financial and competitive strategies of this firm. Hello, Nabil.
Hello.
Second, we have Ashraf, a scholar from Oxford, specializing in business and global market analysis. Ashraf?
Yes.
And last, we have Pavin, a seasoned industry veteran with 2 decades of experience in the smartphone sector. Hey, Pavin.
Hello.
Yeah. So, today's discussion we will cover 4 key themes. First, we have global strategic planning and market adaptation, which is we elaborate how these companies position themselves worldwide. Second, we have organizational structure and control, which is we manage how the operation across border. And third, leadership and employee behavior, how cultural difference shape their management style. And last one, we have localization and diversity strategies. We manage how they balance global consistency with local relevance. So, let's get started. So, our first topic is global strategic planning. Multinational company must constantly adapt to different market while maintaining a cohesive vision. So, Nabil,
Yes.
let's start with you. How do Samsung and Nokia approach global strategy differently?
Okay. Great question, Haziq. Okay, Samsung follows a geocentric strategy, meaning it thinks globally but allows for local customization. For example, it invests 9% of its annual revenue in R&D to stay ahead in areas like semiconductors and foldable phones. Yet, in markets like India, it adjusts pricing and features, such as offering budget-friendly Galaxy models with localized apps. Nokia, on the other hand, shifted from a customer focus to B2B telecommunications after its mobile decline. Its strategy 2023 prioritized high-margin 5G and network infrastructure, partnering with governments and enterprises, like its collaboration with Germany's Rheinmetall for defense communications.
Okay, so adding to that, Nokia assets like model relying on outsourcing and partnerships that give it flexibility but less control than Samsung, which owns its supply chain from chips to assembly. These vertical integrations help Samsung reduce cost and speed up innovation, but it also means higher operational risks.
From my experience, Samsung's biggest challenge is balancing innovation with market saturation. They dominate hardware, but competitors like Apple and Xiaomi push them to constantly reinvent. Nokia, meanwhile, has proved its 5G infrastructure can compete with Huawei and Ericsson in a geopolitically tense environment.
Fascinating insight. So, why Samsung bets on vertical control and mass market appeal? Nokia focus on niche B2B solution and agility. So, let's move to our next segment. How their organizational structure support this strategy. An effective organizational structure is crucial for executing global strategy. Nabil, how do
Yes.
Samsung and Nokia differ the position in their setup?
Okay, for Samsung uses a hybrid model, centralizing core functions like R&D and finance in Seoul, but giving regional subsidiaries autonomy in marketing and product tweaks. For example, Samsung India can modify smartphone features for local tastes while adhering to global branding. Nokia, post restructuring, adopted a decentralized approach, especially in its network division. Regional teams handle 5G deployments based on local regulations, like in the US versus Europe, while headquarters ensure tech and financial alignment.
Financially, Samsung centralized treasury in Seoul manage risks like currency fluctuation through tools like RMB netting. Nokia, meanwhile, use hubs in the Netherlands and Switzerland for euro cash flow efficiency. Both models reflect their strategies. So Samsung control versus Nokia flexibility.
The trade-off is clear. Samsung hierarchy and slow decision making, while Nokia's team structure allows faster adaptation but risks inconsistent branding. In emerging market, this decentralization helps Nokia react to local telecom policies more swiftly than Samsung.
Excellent point. So, centralization ensures consistency but may lack agility, while decentralization fosters local responsiveness but needs strong coordination. Next, let's explore how leadership style influence their global team. Alright, now we move to the next segment. Leadership shapes company culture, especially in global firms. Ashraf, how do Samsung and Nokia leadership styles reflect their origin?
Okay, Aziz. Samsung transactional leadership mirrors South Korea hierarchy culture. It is from decisions flow top down with strict performance metrics. However, under Lee Jae-yong, there's been a push for more innovation-friendly policies like open forums for junior staff. Nokia, rooted in Finland, egalitarian culture, embraces transformational leadership, and CEOs like Pekka Landmark encourage collaboration and employees' autonomy. Their people strategy promotes diversity with 28% of leadership roles held by women globally.
Okay, for me, cross-cultural teams at Samsung follow HQ directives but adapt locally, like adjusting work hours in Middle Eastern office. Nokia, meanwhile, empowers regional teams. For example, its employee resource groups (ERGs) support LGBT inclusion while respecting local norms.
Samsung performance-driven culture can lead to high stress but also high rewards. Nokia emphasizes work-life balance, which helps retention in competitive tech market. Both approaches work, but in different ways.
Clearly. So it's like culture defines leadership and leadership defines success. So next, finally, let's discuss how these companies implement localization and diversity. We have for localization and diversity strategies. Balancing global branding with local needs is a challenge. Pavin, how do Samsung and Nokia approach this?
For Samsung, refrigerator with base stand drawer for India. The veggies are stored at room temperature. It's a perfect example of product localization. Nokia historically mastered with touch-proof phones for Africa and dual SIM models for emerging markets.
But beyond products, Samsung's innovation came first, still under privilege of globally in tech skills, while Nokia largely foster inclusions like mental health support in Europe and cultural sensitivity training in Asia.
The key lesson? Okay, for me, global consistency in quality, but local adaptation in execution. Missteps, like Nokia's early struggles in India, show why understanding regional nuances is critical.
Absolutely. One size fits all approach fail in global business. So let's recap our today's insight. Samsung Samsung thrive on vertical integration and mass market control, while Nokia excels in niche B2B agility. And centralization versus decentralization both have trade-off in speed and consistency. Leadership styles reflect cultural roots, hierarchical for Samsung, collaborative for Nokia. Localization is non-negotiable. Success require global standards with local customization.
Okay, for future, global leaders must balance innovation, cultural intelligence, and adaptability, as both these giants demonstrate.
Never underestimate the power of local insights, whether in product design or HR policies.
Alright, thank you to our brilliant panelists and to our listeners for joining us. If you enjoyed this discussion, follow us for more deep dive into international business strategies. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Please subscribe.